Brian Petty is an injured participant of the rebooked CrossFit Games. We interview him to find out more.
I try to take part every year because I mean it's very challenging. It's a challenging environment. You have an opportunity to time yourself or see how many reps you can get. So it's like a really good opportunity to try to push yourself and see if you can actually beat your old records from the previous year.
So you took part this year as well?
Yeah, I took part this year as well. Yeah, I started out in the qualifying rounds this year. Yeah, I did.
So you did it too?
No, I actually stopped doing it because of my injuries. I've had repeated injuries from CrossFit, so I dropped out of the rounds because of my injuries.
Were there other sports related injuries?
I did. I had when I was younger, I had injured myself playing American football. I had sprained my wrist playing basketball. I had sprained actually both my ankles doing track and running.
Is the instructor's role when it comes to this?
Instructors' role, they need to make sure that the people who are doing the workouts and the lifts, that they understand the form, that they have the form correctly. So usually before every class period, the instructor will go over the form and they will spot and identify mistakes that people are making. And then during the workout, it's also important for the instructor to make sure that the people, when they're doing the lifts, that they maintain consistent form and proper form.
What do you think should be?
For me,
What's of utmost importance?
I think that I think that you should, again, I think you should know your own limits in terms of safety. You should, like, there are certain exercises or movements that are maybe more difficult for me because of maybe I don't have the mobility because of past injuries. So I will oftentimes opt out of that specific lift, or I will just kind of make sure that I'm not pushing myself too hard, so I don't put the weight on too much. I make sure that I don't try to stretch my body too much. So I think that's very, very important because it's very easy to sustain injuries. CrossFit often has, you get very, very tired because you do repeated sets and they're often very heavy. And so the first thing that seems to kind of fall apart is the form. When your form, your technique falls apart, there's an opportunity, it opens the opportunity for you to injure yourself. So I think it's really important that people need to know their own limits